Welcome back, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about multiple accessing techniques. This topic comes in Module 5 of Electronic Communication for S7 students. So we will see the new module. We have finished the fourth module and now we are going to start fifth module. In fifth module we are covering satellite communication and optical communication. In satellite communication we are discussing multiple accessing techniques, FDMA, TDMA, CDMA, SDMA, applications in satellite communication via multiple accessing techniques, applications in wireless communication, in satellite communication, earth station, then optical communication. So today we will start this multiple accessing technique and we will discuss about FDMA. So I think this is a new topic for you. You are studying this topic first time, that multiple accessing techniques. So we will see the introduction to multiple accessing techniques initially. Previously we have studied different types of digital communication systems in the previous module. So here we will see multiple accessing techniques. What is meant by multiple accessing techniques? The radio frequency that is used by the user is a shared medium. Multiple accessing technique, we are familiar with multiplexing. In multiplexing, we are sharing a channel, that is from the source end we are having different signals, and we are having different signals from the same source, and we are using a same channel for transmitting all these signals. Now consider the possibility of different sources. Suppose we are having different sources and we want to transmit all these signals to a single destination. Then there is a need of multiple accessing. We have to access different sources. So that is what is meant by multiple accessing. Multiple access protocols can be fixed access protocol on the random access protocol. Uh, multiple accessing technique. What is the need of multiple accessing technique? Actually, this multiple accessing technique is a topic that is related to satellite. There are so many earth stations. Earth stations are different sources. There are so many earth stations, and these earth stations want to communicate with the satellite. The earth station want to communicate with the satellite, different types of signals such as voice, data, teletype, etc. So in order to make the connection between these different stations and satellite, we have to use multiple accessing techniques in order to improve satellite capacity, spectrum utilization, satellite power, interconnectivity, etc. Basically, there are three types of multiple accessing techniques: FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA. Here in this module, we are discussing one more multiple accessing technique, that is SDMA. So FDMA, frequency division multiple accessing, TDMA, time division multiple accessing, CDMA, code division multiple accessing, SDMA, space division multiple accessing. So what is meant by frequency division duplexing? We know that for a communication to establish, we need two channels, one forward channel and one reverse channel. If we are allocating two different channels for forward and reverse direction, that technology is known as FDD, or frequency division duplexing. Reverse channel, forward channel, both are allocated with the different frequencies, and there is a frequency separation between two. This is FDD. This is not FDMA, this is FDD. Now, what is TDD? Time division duplexing. The reverse channel is given a particular time slot, and forward channel is given a particular time slot, and both are separated by a time interval, that is known as time division duplexing, or TDD. FDMA is frequency division multiple access. In that different channels are allocated for different users. TDMA, different time slots are allocated for different users. CDMA, different codes are allocated for different users. We will see these in detail in the coming session. This is a pictorial representation of FDMA. Here we can see time in x-axis and frequency in y-axis, and here frequency axis is divided into different sub-bands, and each user is allotted with these frequency sub-band. So user 1 can communicate with these frequencies. Frequency in band 1. User 2 can communicate with the frequency in band 2. User 3 can communicate with the frequency in band 3. So no other frequency can be used by these users. This is known as FDMA. But in case of TDMA, here the division is in the time axis. So the user 1 is allocated with the time slot 1. So he can communicate during that time. User 2 is allotted with the time slot 2. That user can communicate in that time slot. User 3 with the time slot 3. That user can communicate in that particular time slot, like that. Next is code division multiple access. In code division multiple access, each user is allocated with a code. There is no specific condition for allotting time or frequency. Any user can use any time or frequency, it is open. So here each user is allocated with a code, and that user can communicate with that particular code. This is known as CDMA or code division multiple access. Now we will see some practical examples for this multiple accessing techniques and duplexing techniques. Here we can see different cellular systems. First one is advanced mobile phone systems, AMPS. It is a system similar to GSM. In that FDMA, FDD is used. And in GSM, that is common here, TDMA FDD is used. US digital cellular, TDMA FDD is used. Digital European cordless telephone DECT, in cordless phone FDMA TDD is used. And US narrowband spread spectrum IS-95 CDMA FDD is used. So we already seen the symbolic representation of frequency division multiple access. The frequency axis is the total spectrum is divided into different subbands, and each user, that subbands are named as channels, and each user is allotted with each of the channel, and that user can use that channel for communication. So when we consider about a phone, one phone circuit per channel is used in FDMA. Here is a problem of idle channel. That is, suppose the user is not communicating, the channel will stay idle. So, here the advantage is that any user can communicate at any time. That is, simultaneous and continuous communication is possible. These type of systems are implemented in narrowband systems. For example, AMPS. It is an example where the bandwidth is 30 kilohertz. So, the first multiple accessing technique used in satellite communication technique was frequency division multiple accessing. So available frequency band is divided into n non-overlapping channels. In order to separate these channels, guard bands are used. It will avoid interference between the channels. So we can use different type of modulation techniques. Example FDMA, that is FDM, FM. The main advantage of FDMA is we can use filters to separate signals. As each signal is transmitted in different frequencies, we can use different filters to separate these signals. This is another representation of FDMA. This is another representation. Here we can see the guard band also. So here channel 1, channel 2, it is separated by a guard band. The total bandwidth is 54 megahertz. It is divided into different channels. Each channel is of 40 kilohertz. These channels are separated by 18 kilohertz guard band. When FDMA is compared to TDMA, it has fewer bits for synchronization. TDMA we need synchronization and fewer bits for framing, higher cell site system cost, higher cost for duplexer. Then FDMA require RF filtering to minimize adjacent channel interference. Advantages of FDMA are fairly efficient when the number of stations is small and traffic is uniformly constant. No need of network timing, no restrictions regarding type of baseband or type of modulation. We can communicate at any time. If there is no communication, the channel will sit idle. Disadvantages: the presence of guard bands required proper filtering for separating the signals and also for minimizing the adjacent channel interference. So in today's session we have seen the introduction to multiple accessing techniques, and also we have seen frequency division multiple accessing techniques. Hope you all understood the topic. Thank you.